Hi, my name's Phil Bradbury. I'm part of Catch the Fire Manchester, and I wanted to share testimony of what God has been doing in our lives over the year of 2020. So about 6 weeks ago, my mum and dad were put in quarantine, self-isolation. They live with my brother. My mum and dad are over 80, so they took the sensible measure to do that. After about a week, my mum got a cough, and regrettably, at the end of March, my mum passed away. The following day, it was my dad's birthday, and the day after that, my dad decided to be with my mum, and so I lost both parents within 48 hours. Had all the police and PPE equipment and coroners and everything coming into my mum and dad's house. My brother had to stay in the house. I wasn't allowed in. We'd been communicating with mum and dad from outside the conservatory window for 2 weeks. So when we were eventually allowed back in the house, about 5 days after the passing away of my parents, we then had the tremendous job of finding out what to do and do a double funeral, of which we were only allowed 10 people. We had to spend a lot of time contacting a lot of people, as they were part of a bridge club, a golf club, a drama society, and we had to be bearers of passing on the news. And with the support of my wife and my children, we managed to do some social media and arrange a funeral and do some orders of service and try to involve people as much as we could. One piece of advice, if something like this happens, we found it a good idea to tell everybody on the day of the funeral to raise a glass, and between an hour on that day to just remember the person that had passed. And then we asked people to do photographs, and we had over 70 photographs of people raising a glass, and that made it a bit more of a community feel, as obviously only 10 people being allowed in the funeral service was extremely difficult. All I can say is that, God has given us a strength and an amazing feeling of his presence, and that is thanks to having a very supportive church, people that we could always feel the prayer, and I think the way I would sum it up is that in the Lord of the Rings films, there is a time where the people just feel that they're at the end, and they fall, and these massive eagles come and catch them and carry them on the backs. And it was that strength and support of being carried by an eagle over these very testing weeks that has been a real amazing feeling. A lot of people said, I don't know how you're getting through this. You must be going through hell. It must be the worst of the worst. And it is, and it still is. But it is amazing to feel God giving you strength to carry on. Life goes on, and we have to make the best of every day. And tomorrow has enough troubles for tomorrow. And today we look at it and we get the best out of it, and we look for a silver lining every day, to encourage each other, to move forward with each other, and to help each other. And I would say just reach out to those that you love. Don't just say that, oh, well, they know I love them. They know what I think about them. Just spend a bit of time telling them. It'd be really a nice thing to do, to spend some of our isolation time appreciating the people that are around us and for us, our friends, our family, our church, and just have a word of encouragement, just to say, hey, you're part of my life, I appreciate you, I love you, and I just wanted to say thank you to you today. Don't really know what the future holds for us, but I do know there is a God that is looking after us, and we feel as though we're under the eagle's wing, and just want to thank God for being a strength and a shield, and for helping us through this very difficult time. There's still quite a lot to do, but I just know that there is a God that loves us, a God that meets our needs, a God who finds and talks to our hearts, knows our hearts, and loves us through even the worst of situations. So I pray that God gives you a hope and a joy, and just reach out to people and tell them that you love them.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
At Catch the Fire Manchester, our hope whilst you're watching this content is that you encounter the living God and that He transforms your life.
If you want to access more content from Catch the Fire Church in Manchester, why not like and subscribe? You can also join us every Sunday morning as we gather to worship and glorify God together. The link for that will be in the bio. You can jump on our website at ctfmanchester.com for any more details. We'll see you guys really soon.